I can't see a damn thing. But I'm sure this lighting is good. I just got done with my workout. That's why my yoga mat is back here. But I am doing the Train Like a Valkyrie, and I am filming it. So it's gonna be like a workout vlog, I guess. So this is my first week of doing it. So that video will be out later on. But your girl, she's not struggling, but she's struggling. So hey guys, welcome back. I very quickly wanted to make this video because I want to do a March wrap up, but I just did not read a lot. So that's why I think we're going to make this a March wrap up in April TBR. Jumping right into it, the first book that I read in the month of March was Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. You guys, I don't know if I'm gonna get hate for this, but I really don't know how I feel about this book. I gave it a 3-star because I felt like it didn't deserve a 2-star, but it didn't deserve more than a 3-star for me. At least this first book. I don't know if it's that way for everyone else, because I know everyone loves the series as a whole. I don't know if everyone loves the first book. I'm not sure. I don't know. But that first book, I don't know. I just felt like it was very, very slow, I guess. But then I'm like, was I just in a book slump? But then I start asking myself that, and I'm like, maybe I just didn't like the book, and that is okay. I just need to start telling myself that it's okay not to like the really hyped up book talk books. You know what I mean? Now, the relationship between Tisana, between her and Max was very well done. I think their relationship throughout the entire first book was really good. Just everything else, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. So I'm hoping to finish the second book this month, and we'll see. But I started the second book and I'm like, huh? There's like a new character, POV, and I'm like, who is this person? Where did they come from? I don't know how I'm gonna like this series, but yeah. Now the next book, I don't know if you guys saw, but in my top 5 favorite books of 2022, I had Lucy Score's Things We Never Got Over, and I rated that, I believe, a 5-star. Excellent book. I loved the small town romance. I loved Knox. I loved Naomi. I loved every single character in that book, and I could not wait for Things We Hide from the Light to come out. I gave this book a 5-star. Of course. I love Knock 'Em Out. I love that town. I love everyone in it, and it's just so amazing. So in this book we follow Nash, who is Knox's brother, and he's also the sheriff. Is he the sheriff of the town? I don't know. He's a cop, and I'm like, what? What? Anyways, then we have Angelina, who we didn't really get to know until the very end of the first book. She just strolled into town. She is Knox's ex-girlfriend and close friend, like whatever. When we first saw her in the first book, I was like, oh wow, this is just it felt like it was just being thrown in there, but whatever. This book though, learning about her and learning about what she does, but also I feel like this book just made it so good for me because of Nash, because we were following like him going through the events that happened in the first book that left him like traumatized. It dealt with like him going through anxiety attacks and trying to deal with that, the depression, and him trying to just like find himself again and believe in himself again. And that is what made this book. I mean, their love story was adorable and cute, but Nash is really what like I was like, I love this book because of his character. And then the next book is coming out, I think in September. I could be wrong, but that one is Lucian and Salone's story. I'm so excited. The next book is the only physical book that I read this month, and that is Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I don't know if I say her name right. I gave this a 4-star. I really enjoyed this book. At first it came off a little slow, but then it really started getting good towards the end, actually. But I'm really enjoying the story. I'm excited to read the series and see what happens, to discover more about the world and about the powers that are in this. I haven't read a dystopian book in so long. I think the last one that I read was Hunger Games, and is that dystopian? I don't even know. Or Divergent. Was Divergent dystopian? I don't know. Any of those books, I think. I enjoyed this a lot. Enjoyed it so much that I bought cosplay stuff for Juliet and a femme Warner. So follow my Instagram and my TikTok to go see all that when it comes out. And then I don't know if you count this as a book, but I read it in the month of March, and that is Destroy Me, the novella that comes after Shatter Me. And this book actually had Destroy Me in it, so I want to give Destroy Me like a 5-star. I don't know, what can you really rate novellas? I'm not really sure. I loved the novella. It was in Warner's point of view, and I'm just so curious why this guy is so, like, I understand why he's so obsessed with Juliet, but then at the same time I'm not quite sure why he's so obsessed with Juliet. And just the way that he cares for her, even though he barely knows her, it's just like, I need to know more. And I loved this novella. I loved it so much. Oh shit, and that's the last book that I read in March. Now we get to talk about what my TBR is for April. The first book that I want to read, and actually already have, Hooked by Emily McIntire. I'm not gonna say anything about this book. You're just gonna have to wait until the wrap up, but so because I read Hooked, I want to read Scarred by Emily McIntire. All I'm gonna say is so far I'm enjoying this series. I love the idea of doing like retellings of Disney villains. I just think it's an amazing idea and I am here for it. So I will be reading Scarred for sure. The next one on my TBR kind of is surprising. I just found this at Walmart and decided, you know what, I'm going to read it. And that is 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and I didn't really like it, so I didn't continue on with the series. But I figured, you know, this is a different story, so might as well pick it up. I think it's YA, right? I started it. I am about 50 pages in. I'm in chapter 7 and it's interesting. Her writing is just so very unique and I want to get into it, but I don't know, something about it, I just can't get into it. I am enjoying it. I think I'm enjoying it way more than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so I'm excited to keep reading this. I have been reading a lot on my Kindle. It's honestly right now my favorite thing to do is just get in my bed and at night before I fall asleep, I just open my Kindle and I just read, and it's just like the most relaxing way to fall asleep. I love it so much. I've been seeing these books around, and the first one is Flawless by, is it Elsie Silver? This is a small town cowboy romance, I believe, and I think it's enemies to lovers, and I want to read it. I feel like I have to, right? Just everyone's talking about it and everyone's loving these books, and they've been loving them. Like, I've seen this everywhere. So I want to at least pick up Flawless this month, and then we'll see where it goes from there. And then, of course, I'm going to try to do book 2 of the War of Lost Hearts series, Children of Fallen Gods. I am listening to this on Audible, so hopefully it goes better than the first one. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!